Hello, champions. So, I had a little surprise the other day when I got a message from one of the members of Haunted Castle Gaming. Along with that message, I got a little envelope with a gorgeous wax seal on it. And what's in here is my spoiler card. Yes, believe it or not, I got a spoiler card. I was shocked, did not think I would at all. So I am just ecstatic to open this and see what's in it. But, you know, I'm sure you want to see what's in it too. I think first I would like to do a small review of 4 other cards I got, which have already been spoiled, yes, but I got some new print cards. So I can do a little bit of comparison on quality. Let's see how they compare. So first of all, should all be familiar with Perry, Electric Pillar, Aura Purge, and Vacuum Vortex. They are gorgeous cards. Just on their own, standalone. If this was the only thing I had ever bought, their centering is near perfect, from what you can tell there. I'm hoping you can tell, because I can tell here that the centering is near perfect. The backs are beautiful. There is no curve. I mean, to the cards, there's no nothing. Even I know before we were hearing a comment on a rough edge. I see a little bit here, just a hair of it, but that's not worth. That's just normal handling, even maybe. Like I don't see the severely rough edge we were seeing on some reviews. Like if I hold these up against each other, I'm not seeing the terrible rough edge that others are. So I don't know if this is just from a different run, fresher in the blades, I don't know. But they got a nice snap to them, right? They're quite thick. They do a decent bend. I'm not going to overbend them because I'm not that much of a sadist. But I want to do a comparison to what else is out there, new and later and whatever in the market, from other card companies just to see. So obviously we'll start out first with, Magic the Gathering. Tried, tested, and true. This is what everyone has. Everyone buys MTG, that sort of thing. So nice little flick there. I would say, if I'm going to rank this, let's say I'm going to do a ranking out of 5. I would say, I guess it's just a comparison, win, lose sort of thing. I think Genesis Battle of the Champions has a slightly better snap to it. A little bit thicker of a cardstock maybe. I did hear about, what was it, 320 to 340 GSM or something like that. I'm sure I could get a micrometer and measure the two of them, but I'm not going to do that. This has a little bit better of that snapback. Really helps with the riffle shuffling that I like to do. So I'm going to give that win to Genesis. Yes, over Magic. I do understand Magic's mass-produced, blah, blah, blah. They got other things going on. Let's do the bendy test with these two. See, on the bendy test, Magic, no, Genesis still has a little bit of better thickness to it, I'd have to say. And if we're looking at coloring, I should look at that too, right? Yeah, let's rank it on 3 things. If we're looking at like the pop of it and the brightness and all that, I would say it's right in line. I mean, the light ones are light, maybe a little bit dark in the darks here, but I don't think that's really an issue. Like I'm not seeing like severe darkening or anything like that, something that makes it unviewable. I guess it depends on the style of the art and things like that. I mean, the foiling is going to be totally different, not even going down that road. I would say maybe, and it's more maybe the art style, art direction, something about the color palette that was used. Like Perry is very bright and pops, but you don't quite get the same in these other ones compared to a Magic card, let's say. Also something to do with the framing on it. Magic cards have much brighter frames that help everything jump out. Whereas on the Magic cards, you've got lots of browns, beiges, grays, blacks. It really darkens the whole image down. I know that's part of their motif. That's not an issue to me. Next, we're going to compare it to everyone's favorite, MetaZoo. So this is, I believe this is Nightfall, but I couldn't even tell you. Copyright 2021. I'm assuming that's Nightfall. So again, we're going to go back to our Aura Purge comparison. I would say not even in the same wheelhouse for the snappability. Let's do a little bit of a bend there. Oh yeah, this is like bending Kleenex over here with the MetaZoo. Yep, that one definitely goes as a win to Magic. I'm not going to compare the art styles, but for the color pop and brightness of it, like just the overall impression of how it looks, color-wise and vibrancy-wise, I don't want to give it to MetaZoo, but I mean they're all bright colors. You can't deny they've got this wonderful bright, whether you like it or not, look to them. So I'm still going to give them the brightness. Again, that's a stylistic choice, I believe, from the Magic team, from the art team there. Now, something that has probably the best card quality out there right now is Digimon. And let's see what we... Yeah, okay, so Digimon, I would say Digimon beats in the... Yeah, Digimon's got some much thicker cardstock they're working with, without saying. And again, they've got the bright, colorful palette and all that. They're blowing it out of the water. The popularity is not quite there, and I know that they're trying to do things to get to that point. So compared to Digimon, I say Digimon wins out in all those aspects. Not gameplay necessarily, although it does have a great resource management system. But so compared to competitors, I'm gonna get rid of Star Wars. No one plays Destiny anymore. Compared to Magic, I should have got some Flesh and Blood, I guess, to compare it to too, eh? So yeah, I shouldn't have left Fab out. So let's go to Flesh and Blood. We'll do a little comparison there. So we're gonna do our flick test. Pretty close, maybe even tied in that aspect. Flesh and Blood's a little bit flimsier. We'll see the bend. That'll give us a good idea of it. Oh yeah, Flesh and Blood does bend a little bit easier, I would say. Yeah, it's got a little bit more flex to it. They do have this nice smooth gloss coating on it, or I don't know what it would be. It's maybe not gloss. I've forgotten most of my printing terms. If it's a satin or AQ or whatever, it's got something on it anyways to give it that sheen that you don't quite get on the Genesis cards. However, having said that, in certain lighting, this can be a problem. If you notice there, it kind of blots out some of the wording and all that. So, honest opinion, card quality-wise, durability and whatnot, Genesis wins out. The finish, it does look nicer and feel smoother. Obviously, the Flesh and Blood. So, now let's compare them. Oh, and the color pop, right, the color pop on them. Flesh and Blood comes a little bit closer to the Genesis styling, I think, color-wise, and I think it's just because of the way they're framed, something about it. I don't know what exactly. So, if we're doing a comparison between Genesis and the competition, I'm going to say Genesis overall wins out against everything but Digimon. Digimon does have some incredible card quality there. If you've never held a Digimon card, do yourself a favor, go buy a pack of Digimon cards, buy a pre-con or something like that, and just feel them. They are phenomenal. I do not believe that is financially viable going forward, and I'm assuming if they can, they will slowly reduce that to make their margins increase. So aside from Digimon, I say Genesis Battle Champions card quality, durability, feel of the card is the best. Feel of the card. Finish of the card, I do prefer the Flesh and Blood finish to the cards, that smooth finish. Color, vibrancy, and pop, Magic has that one out. So overall, again, Digimon aside, I think Genesis has very strong footing here. The other cards have what they have. I mean, MetaZoo I'm going to take out of the running now too. They're made cheap. They're made for margin. You can tell clearly. Magic is made in such mass quantities. They're going to have their ups and downs and their issues, but they do have something with their layout and their color. And Flesh and Blood has their finish. So better or worse, it's right in line with everything else. So the next thing we need to test is comparing Genesis Battle of Champions Origins to the previous sets. So I'm going to pull out samples of each of those sets, and we're going to go through them and see how they compare as they've grown over time, switching to, I guess, different production companies and reviewing them, being on the site to see the stuff happening and all that, and go from there. Now, don't forget, this is just a small sampling. It's just what I had handy that I grabbed quickly. So we're going to compare first. We're going to go backwards in time. We're going to go to J2. So here's our J2 cards. They are, if we compare, thinner. They must be thinner. They feel thinner. They flex way, way easier. And I keep flexing the same aura purge. So that's just kind of like this has obviously gone weaker already. And it still flexes way, way less than J2 does. Also on the J2, I do notice some of the cut concerns they were talking about. You can see here some of these rough edges along the top. They stand out easily when you put them against another black border. And for centering, we do have some misalignment. If you look here, right? Larger size versus smaller size. Let's see if I can put that against a color so you can see it, right? So we do have some misalignment. The bottom you can't tell just because of how it's designed. But you also have this little lip here, which is sometimes hard to see it when it was cut. Where obviously the punch or the roller or whatever came in on the one side, and you can see the lip on the other side of where the cut happened. So that's compared to J2. Improvement on J2. let's go back in time a bit further to, where's my Jalara set? Here we are. Jalara. So we have some Jalara here. Jalara feels very much like J2. I'm assuming it's same card stock, same everything. We got our bendy test. Yep, a little bit weaker. We have, let's look at our cut lines here. Here you get a little bit more of the rough edge, a little more of what looks like where the stamp came through to cut it. Here you can even tell even more so you got like almost a square edge on it there. You see those on Magic cards and stuff too, but please keep in mind I'm completely nitpicking right now. Like this is not, you know, how I would look at or rate a card. It's just because I have some new stuff. They've improved their quality, so I want to do as in-depth as a comparison as I can do right now myself. But these are totally acceptable as they've gone along. Just trying to get down to the very, very minute details for your benefit. So that's our comparison to Jalara. You can see even here some like chunk kind of stuff, and the cut or the centering is off in the other direction actually on these ones. And I believe it's even off top to bottom, because if you look here, there's way too much meat on this border compared to on the bottom. I do believe, yeah, see, look, even comparing one card to the other, you see there's a little bit off there as well. So the cutting leaves something to be desired, let's say. We'll leave it at that. Let's compare to Rays now. So I have a random sampling of some Rays cards here. We've got, again, the flick test. Yep, thinner for sure. That doesn't seem to bend as easy as the other one, but I think that's just me getting weaker as time goes on, because in all honesty, it's got to be the same material. Let's look at our cuts and our centering. Yep, we're off a little bit on centering. Oh wow, we're off a lot on centering on Yamaraja and stuff like that. And on our Zanber Dragon, look how far off that is. And if you compare the top edge here to what we had on our previous set, right, you can see how much of a variance that is. So I don't think it's just from one set to the other. I think that's within the cards. Their centering needed some work at the printer. All these things you got to remember are printer based. It's the printer's job to get everything centered and cut and all that. This isn't really something to hold against Haunted Castle Gaming. They do the best they can, and then it moves off their plate to the print house to do it. It's just how it is. I know that they're responsible for it and they try and get the best thing they can out of it, but they don't actually physically produce the thing. So they are reliant on a manufacturing house to do it. That's just how it is. And the best they can do is monitor and be on top of it, and not try to cut corners, as it were, themselves, which I don't believe they have, because you can tell people to do slightly, worse jobs sometimes in manufacturing. A lot of manufacturers won't. They build to certain criteria and standards, and I'm pretty sure that this print house is doing that because their reputation's on the line as well. So I think this is just part of the learning curve of that company learning how to make these prints. And they've grown as a company now too. They're going to be printing some other TCGs, so obviously this is something that they're trying to really work on and grow with. Now in our journey in time, we're going to go back to beta, which before we do even any of the other tests, you can see right here, I'm sure, maybe you can't see it quite clearly on camera, but there's a noticeable lip to the edge here. Maybe you can when the glare hits it. Yeah, you see that down there? You can see where my left thumb is. You see a little lip, right? There's a noticeable cut line there. Blade would have, I'm guessing blades would have come from the back. They would have pressed through, and you can see that it looks like this was sitting on top of something and like punched out quite clearly. Flippy test actually doesn't feel, maybe my fingers are in the wrong spot. Yeah, it's thinner. Yeah, you can tell it's a little bit thinner. Bend test, a little bit thinner. You can just, your centering and all that, you can tell this border's thicker than that border. This one's off too. Like it is, the name is fitting. Oh, there's gorgeous art, Vampiric Kiss. Anyways, sorry for the distraction. But you can just tell, like, the name beta suits it. This is a beta set. You can tell from some details of it. Now we're going to go way, 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 way back in time and jump into alpha. Yeah, I know it's alpha printing, but still, I want to compare it all. We're going to do the entire run of it. I don't have pre-alpha, so we'll have to deal with just alpha. So I don't want to damage all my alpha cards, of course, so I'm going to just pull out dedicated studies. I have a lot of dedicated studies, and we're going to do a little comparison. So we're going to look at the two of them side by side. We're going to do a little flicky test. Ooh, alpha's got some thickness to it. Okay, let's not freak out here while we do a little bit of a bend. Ooh. Yeah, alpha's got some meat to it there, that's for sure. Let's look at our cutouts here. Yeah, see, a very thin line on top, a little bit thicker on the side. So we got a little bit of off-centering there and whatnot. Our cuts are beautiful though. Like I don't see any, you know, any leftover, maybe a little bit there on the bottom. Again, it is only a single card I'm looking at here. But yeah, that's pretty nice actually. I'm gonna have to give a lot of the kudos to the alpha card here. I think the alpha card takes a lot away from the current one. Of course, it is alpha, much smaller print run. I'm assuming different print house. I don't know for sure, but that's my guess. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one to the alpha card. But compared to everything else, I'm gonna say obviously Origins takes the cake. It just decimates the rest of the set. Here, I can slide these over just so we can see them all underneath it. It takes the cake and totally beats out the rest of the series as they've gone along. The one thing I will say, and it is just, I mean, we're only comparing the art that's here right in front of us now. I do see a little more color pop and vibrancy in some of the older sets. Again, we're only comparing these 3 cards. I get that Electric Pillar is a lightning thing. It needs to stand out against the background. Perry is bright, I'll admit that, but the blue behind her is dark. Aura Purge, we got some dark sky. I don't know if it's a contrast issue. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something that just feels a little bit different and off art-wise on the new set. Feels like maybe there's something there that needed a little bit more punch-up. Don't know for sure, just my gut feeling, and it's on the very limited 4 cards I have right now. Everything else I've seen has been online, and I can only judge based on that, and they look fine online, so I don't know if it is just the translation to printing that has done this or what, but I don't know. I'll wait till I see more in person and physically have them in my hands from the Kickstarter to make that judgment call. But I must say I am incredibly excited about Origins. I cannot wait for it to release, and I think I've wasted just enough of your time because you probably all want to see what my spoiler card is. And so do I, actually. I haven't seen this yet, so I'm going to open it live on camera right now. I don't want to ruin this beautiful seal, though. It's so nice. Anyways, let's take a crack at this. Oh, we're ripping the paper, actually. It's a good seal on that. Okay, let's see now. Trying to do it kind of in front of the camera so you know I'm not, you know, it's my first time seeing it. Okay, the card is wrapped in a letter. So I'm going to take the letter down. Ooh. Okay, this is the back of the card. This is the back of the card. So I am not looking at the front of the card, just to show you all. See, this is the back. I haven't seen the front. I'm going to put that face down. See what our letter says here. Hey, Jeff, we're writing to talk to you about your car insurance. That's a little weird. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to read this out to you. It's a personal letter. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Are you ready for the reveal? Let's see. How can I do this? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Let's cover it up. Let's see. What's the affiliation? Oh, it's double back, so I can't cheat it for myself. Oh, it's a Genesis card sleeve. I've been waiting for these. That's the second bonus. That's an extra like thing. Anyways, okay, let's see if I can pull this card out. I'm not looking at it still. Okay, come on, get out of there. Let's cover up what we can, and let's see what our affiliation is. What's our affiliation? Ooh, Thymos. Okay, our affiliation is Thymos. What are we going to go for next? You want to go for awareness? Let's see if I can cover enough of this card to only show awareness. Yeah, let's see. What's our awareness? Our awareness is, oh, directly right in front. Okay, then. What are our costs for things? See, it's got a health there. If my camera would focus, I could read the health. Okay, I'm going to turn it over. It is 2 life and 4 chi. And the reason why I can't read it is it's foil. I didn't realize it was foil. Okay, we're going to do a slow reveal, right? I guess. Reveal to you and me at the same time, okay? Everyone ready? Oh, wait. Let's see who drew it. Yeah, let's drag this on a bit longer. Who's the artist on this here? And again, I can't read it, so I'm going to turn around and read it. We've got Alex Rise. Oh, wow. I love Alex's artwork. Yeah. Oh, wow. Designed by Carl Lilly. Okay, you guys ready? Let's do the actual reveal now. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 dun, da, 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 dun, da, da. All right, I'm going to pop it up on screen while I read it to you. Earthmane Lion. Trigger, beckon, exert, and 5 aura. Trigger. When Earthmane Lion enters the arena, remove all exert tokens from it. Swift. Earth attack 3. Exert. I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, I forgot to read Trigger Blitz. Right. I forgot the Blitz part of it. That is awesome because I've wanted to build a Blitz deck for the longest time. I just don't know what I'm doing. So I'll have to get someone in the community here to help me. The art is phenomenal. I'm going to show it here again, but hopefully I'll get the imagery from the team, and I'll be able to throw it up so you'll actually get to see what it looks like in all its glory, because it is incredible. This small card does not do it justice. You've got some lovely foliage growing in the mane there and all that. And like, yeah, that's just incredible. And now on top of all that, so I don't think you all know, but the creator of Haunted Castle Gaming, Assad, his name not loosely translates, I think. I'm gonna say this wrong. So Assad, please correct me in the comments. And I think I'm pronouncing your name wrong too, because I think it's Assad, but you'll correct me on that too. It means like, or has a tie to large cat or lion. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, lion was your nickname, if I'm not mistaken. So I am incredibly honored to like spoil a card that is like your namesake and has my logo on it, and like, just wow, that is incredible. I am beside myself and don't know what to say to thank you. I am ecstatic. The card is beautiful. The foiling is beautiful. It's not super dark. Like, you know, I was just doing a card review thing, and usually foil cards are dark. I don't find this one as dark. It also kind of looks like a blood moon in the background there a little bit. And, you know, I kind of like that whole blood moon, land destruction, control type thing from that game that shall not be named. Anyways, that's beside the point. I think this is gorgeous. This is amazing. I am beside myself. And once I get some of these in, I'm going to have to give some of these away. So let me know how you guys want me to give these away, because I want to give these to you people. You know, this belongs in people's hands and in decks, and, you know, belongs being played. That's awesome. I am absolutely beside myself with this. And at 4 chi, I can run a deck of 50 of these, which I think is part of the plan here, is for me to put 50 of these in a deck and lose horribly at the upcoming Anime North. But I'm cool with that. You know, whatever. It's just for fun. It's for all of us to just have a good time. And I don't mind losing if it means someone else can win. Assad and the rest of the team at Haunted Castle Gaming, thank you so much. You are an amazing group of people, and I am so happy to have met you and to know you and to be involved in this entirely wonderful thing called Genesis Battle of Champions. Thank you. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them as best I can, or I'll engage one of the, you know, judges or something, because they'll know better than I. Seems like a pretty straightforward type of card, but I could be missing something. I don't think I am. It's a blitz card. Yep, it's got a swift earth attack. I guess the trick is you're attacking right away, and I like that. That's great. It's a red deck win style, but with a giant lion, which is a callback to Assad himself, which is awesome. Thank you guys again. You're amazing, and I cannot wait to get this card on the field and in the hands of people who watch me. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.